Judy Nunn's a word machine. After a career on stage and TV, she turned her hand to writing books and hasn't looked back. In fact, she's become Australia's #1 author. Judy gave Brady Halls an exclusive insight into book number 15.
Hey guys, great stuff!
Judy Nunn, actress and best-selling author.
Pretty versatile, hey?
Not too many like that.
Has a wartime tale you won't believe.
A true story kept secret for well over 70 years. Until now.
Judy has taken me to an isolated piece of scrub just outside of Townsville.
It was a mutiny because they took up arms and fired on their commanding white officers. Then they started storming into town.
Unearthing a story few of us know. Singapore had fallen, Darwin was bombed, Japanese subs had invaded Sydney Harbour.
I don't think anybody knows how close we came to invasion.
It was feared Northern Australia was about to fall to Japanese invaders.
Thousands of head of cattle were taken south so that they wouldn't provide a fresh food source for the Japanese when they landed, when they invaded. Road signs were taken down. People were told to get rid of road maps.
Townsville is flooded with American soldiers, becoming a khaki town overnight during the time of our White Australia policy.
The Australian government said to Franklin D. Roosevelt, President of the United States, yes, we want your soldiers, we need your soldiers, we're going to be invaded, but we don't want the black ones, we only want the white ones. Isn't that amazing? To which Franklin Roosevelt, he said, OK, you want American soldiers, if you don't want the black ones, you don't get any American soldiers.
While our government then was seen as racist, the Queensland locals were grateful to the black US troops and saw them as saviours.
The black American soldiers were amazed that everybody welcomed them. Everywhere they looked, there were no signs that said for blacks only, for whites only. They were accepted.
Not so much our military putting out an edict concerning Indigenous Australians.
In the event of invasion, when we were actually being invaded, the first people to be shot would be Aboriginal men. I mean, the ridiculous presumption being that they're going to wander off and join the Japanese and get paid tobacco and become part of the Japanese invading forces.
Race was to come to the forefront out on that lonely field outside Townsville. In May 1942, a dramatic incident took place here where black US troops had been sent to build an airfield.
These men are stranded out here, used as slave labour. They are building airfields. All of this made into airfields, all the infrastructure needed to go with that for all the big bombers, the American bombers to come in, and they're working with no machinery, just picks and shovels and no R&R. They're not allowed into town, they're barred from town. They're not allowed, so there's no booze, no women, no dancing, no music.
600 of them mutinied, turning machine guns on their white American officers in a secret chapter of the war.
When you uncovered all this, what were your thoughts? What did you think? How shocking this is?
Yeah, that it actually really happened. These were the times. Terrible, terrible times.
Armed Australian troops were sent to quell the uprising, while in town, military bosses worked out what to do next, with Australian officers residing here.
This is the Seaview Hotel, which was home to the Australian Officers Club. Not all that classy.
And American commanders here.
And this was the Queen's Hotel, home to the American Officers Club. Very classy.
But there was one particular American officer worthy of noting who stayed there.
Oh, yes, most definitely. A 34-year-old young congressman called Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one day to become President of the United States.
The young officer and future president was sent to Townsville, seen here to investigate the horrific events of the uprising on our soil.
Very few people know about it, and very few people will ever know about it. As far as the specifics go, how many might have been killed during this terrible riot, what happened to their bodies, it's all zip.
Which all makes good fodder for Judy Nunn's 15th novel, Khaki Town.
I've read the whole complete lot, one after the other.
You usually find out something that you didn't know before.
Australia's top-selling author, supported proudly by her larrikin husband, actor Bruce Venables.
We're very fortunate.
Both of us, we are. We have a wonderful life. And
I know one of us is very fortunate. Sorry, brother. What?
Judy's book is out now.